Hi there, welcome to my channel. One question that I keep getting often is what are the things I should pack to study abroad? Now this reminds me of the time years ago when I was in India and I had no idea what to pack, what not to pack. Naturally, all the things that I brought to Germany were not the things that I used fully. That is, there were definitely the things that I never used in Germany and I was regretting bringing them. To help you avoid all the struggles and all the failures I had with my packing list, I made a list for you and I tried to make sure that I put only the items that are most necessary items that you would need, which shrinks down your packing list to a very big extent. And believe me, it is the list that you definitely will use and there is nothing that you will regret packing and taking to the country you're going to. A tiny disclaimer before I begin, this list might miss certain things that you use in your everyday life that I might not use. So if in case it's missing certain things that are very essential for you and necessary for you in your daily lives, then just add them in it. So I made this list today and started from scratch to write down the things that I would pack if I would today go and study abroad. I divided this list into 5 main categories. First category is clothes and stuff. Second category are the toiletries. Third category, the documents. The fourth, electronics. And finally, I've put the category of miscellaneous, where you can put all the stuff that does not belong to any of the first 4 categories, but you still might need. Now in clothes and stuff, you might observe that there are very limited clothes that are mentioned there. It is because I believe one should really travel light. So I believe you should carry very limited clothes, the clothes that you can survive in for the first few months. And I'm sure it's not very difficult to survive in 2-3 pairs of jeans and a couple of t-shirts. So here I add 2-3 pair of jeans that you might switch. If one is getting dirty or torn, you still have 2 other jeans. You can switch the jeans with different kinds of lowers, like one cotton pant or stuff, but 2 to 3 pairs of lowers that you could wear daily to university or college are enough. Then there are 5 to 6 t-shirts. I also believe that if you switch the t-shirts every day and you keep washing every 4th day, you still will survive in 2-3 pairs of jeans along with these 5-6 t-shirts. You must have at least one formal wear because you do not know, there might be some ceremony or some course where you have to wear formal, and buying at that point in time might be pretty expensive because in general formals are expensive. So if you're a girl, I would recommend you to have a formal dress or anything. It could be Indian dress. If you're a boy, I would recommend you to have a coat, pant, suit. If not a coat, then maybe at least a formal shirt with a tie and a pant with a pair of formal shoes. Needless to mention, certain pair of undergarments and a couple of socks. Of course, you need socks. It might be winter, it might be autumn or spring, depending upon what's the weather. I believe except summers, you always need some socks because it might be cool. In those 6 pairs of socks, you might also add like 2 pairs of warm socks, woolen socks. Formal shoes I've already mentioned. Along with the formal dress you're packing, please have a pair of formal shoes that fits to that dress. Irrespective of which intake you're going to, like summer or winter, you might have these sandals with you or kind of open shoes because you do not know how the weather turns. So a pair of sandals would actually be very practical. Bathing suit is one thing I would recommend to everyone. So here I forgot to write that for girls, skirts and frocks would be the best idea for summers. And for boys, half pants or lowers would be another possibility to pack. Not to forget sleeping stuff. You need to definitely have a night suit that you sleep in unless you sleep naked. But that you cannot do if you're sharing a room. So sleeping stuff is also essential. When it comes to winters, I would recommend maximum of 2 to 3 pullovers plus 1 big jacket. This because you do not know how strong the winter is. Even if you read the temperature that it would go to -8 or -10, I have an experience that the Indian winter clothes, they do not go so well in the winter that happens here, at least in Germany. So I would recommend not to pack more than 2-3 pullovers that you could actually wear here when it's cold, and 1 jacket if you're traveling in October and you're coming to the airport and from the airport to the train station. Rest, everything that you feel that is required for winter should be bought there at that place where you're living, because that is the material that is made for the winters for that location. Last but not the least, a pair of gloves would also be nice to have them handy when you're at the airport or the train station and it's icy cold or even a little bit of cold is actually a good idea. Next we come to toiletries and stuff. There I have mentioned the very basic stuff that I believe each one of us knows, and the stuff includes shower gel, shampoo, toothpaste, perfume, pads and tampons for girls. Washing powder I would recommend, because I remember I had washing powder and I was lucky that for the first 2 weeks I did not have time to go to a supermarket and buy a washing powder. Rest is just hairbrush, nail cutter. Nail cutter definitely have. You never know when you have to cut your nail or something happens to your nail and you have to chop it. One very important stuff is prepare your medicine bag thoroughly. Check it with your parents, check it with your elder brother or sister, or check it with the family doctor you have. Make sure that you have very basic medicines that you take regularly. If you are taking any medicines for any allergies or treatments, have the fever medicine, stomachache medicine, general headache medicine, some balm for winter that you use, like wicks. Band-aids are must, like 5 to 15 band-aids you should have. You never know when you scratch yourself. And band-aids that are bigger, like if you cut yourself, then those are very essential as well. So please prepare your medicine bag thoroughly and make sure that you have everything. One thing I forgot to write in the list is a thermometer. Do have a thermometer. It's very useful. And again, you do not want to go to a chemist here in some country abroad and go buy a thermometer, which could cost between 5 euros to 20 euros, or I don't know how much does it cost in USA. So please bring that as well. Now we come to documents, and these are all also the very essential documents that you must not forget to have. You should have your passport, visa, all the visa related documents. One thing that I did not mention here are your tickets and the itinerary that you have to follow or you will be following when you are traveling. Degrees that you need to have, that I believe you must have, because you have to show original degrees at some point in time. So have a folder of original degrees as well as copied degrees. So let's say 2 to 3 times copies of the original degree, and make sure you have this folder very safe with you all the time. Then prepare a wallet of your own, or you can have the same wallet that you carry in India. Make sure it has your driving license, it has your ID card, it has your bank card. Bank, especially if you're using the same bank in the different country, or new bank cards or any cards that you require to use in your daily life. Do not forget to have your university admission documents, for example, your letter of acceptance, your letter of approval, or letter that mentions your specialization that you are going to study. So everything that you have related to university, pack it. Finally, if you have any contracts, that I don't believe you sign any contracts before you move for accommodation. You might have some online contract exchange via email, but whatever it is, if you have an accommodation that has sent you any sort of contracts, signed, unsigned, or you had sent them, have those contracts printed with you, because you do not know when you will be able to access an information like that, or you might need to show on the airport. So just keep them handy. One thing that I did not bring, but I realized when I was already in Germany, a couple of free file folders, like folders where I could keep the documents that I get when I reach to the country, and the documents that I get when I register myself at university. I go to a bank and I register myself at the bank, and I register, or I go for the accommodation and I get the contract. Bring few file folders that are free where you can manage all the kinds of documents that you get there. Electronics is also pretty simple. It's nothing but mobile phone, the laptop, and your camera if you have a camera, if you are carrying a camera, and all these 3 things with the charger. Adapter you would need, because that's very essential. So I would recommend to buy an international charger that will actually function everywhere throughout the world. Finally, if you are an ebook reader person, then don't forget to keep your ebook reader inside your bag. Last but not the least, the miscellaneous. This is where I come up with things that I cannot fit anywhere in the first 4 categories. Do carry 500 to 600 of international currency, that is dollars if you're flying to USA, or euros if you're flying to Europe, because this is very essential. You never know when do you need money in cash, maybe at the airport or at the train station, maybe you need a taxi. Now comes your room stuff. depending upon where you are or where you will be accommodated. If it's a dormitory, you will get a bed, a mattress, pillow, and some blanket. If you have this information before, then make sure that you carry a bed sheet or two according to the size of the bed, the pillow cover. If you are a kind of person who would like to stay in kitchen and cook, then make sure that you have a recipe book with you. The very essentials are basic snacks. If you reach late in the evening, you might not want to go to a restaurant and order something. You might want to have some snacks that you can eat, and the next day you can go to buy groceries. So have a couple of snacks with you. Another reason to have snacks is that you do not feel immediately homesick. You still have something from India, and I know a lot of my friends, they miss India the very moment they step out of the airport. So bring the snacks with you so that you feel homely. Irrespective of you cook often or not, I would suggest you to bring a kind of spice box which contains basic masalas like mustard seeds, jeera, then red chili powder, curry powder, and some sukha dhania and stuff. So carry that spice box with you because that goes in everything technically you cook. Have hangers because I did not bring them. I think I brought 2 hangers, but I think 6 to 7 hangers would be good. You can hang your formals there, for example. You can hang your jackets there. You can hang your pullovers there, and the rest you can put in the almirah. Stationery items are another must that you must have. It's not that they're very expensive. It might be possible that you do not get a chance, and when you reach or you land, you directly go to university and you have to have certain notes with you that you want to write, or things that you want to have to just write down. If somebody's giving you some information, it might be possible that your phone is out of battery, so something to write down is always good. Keep a water bottle with you, or you can also just buy a water bottle. Or if you are a kind of water person and you kind of are like me, who would always like to keep myself hydrated, then instead of buying a water bottle, which is also environmental unfriendly, keep a water bottle with you from India that you can use throughout your journey. Finally, one thing that I had, and I believe is very, very important, have a hard copy of contact book where you keep all the contacts from your family and friends from India, and family and friends abroad if you have any in the country you're going to, or known people that you met on Facebook, students that are already studying there and you contacted them before going to that place, where if anything happens to your phone, if it breaks down or if it's crashing or anything, you have a contact book of your contact people that you can contact immediately. So this was the list I made for you guys. It is right here in front of me, all the things that I made for you. I really believe, as I mentioned earlier, that this is one of the most optimal bulletproof lists that you will definitely need. So nothing in this list is an item that you will not or you might not use. There might be certain things that you could add here that are maybe not necessary for me, or maybe didn't cross my mind. Rest, I would just like to tell you that everything is going to be fine. It's going to be hell of an adventure. It's going to be an amazing journey, and you will make an amazingly beautiful experience of your lifetime when you're going abroad. From the very moment you start packing to the very moment you finish your studies and decide to work, I'm sure you will love your journey. And don't be scared. It's of course, things might be new for you, but they will definitely bring you something that you haven't experienced ever. And I'm sure looking back, you will enjoy your decision of going and studying abroad. I wish you an amazing journey. I wish you an amazing packing time, and I wish you an amazing study time. Bachelor's, master, PhD, whatever you are doing, or job, or whatever. I wish you luck, and I wish you have fun. I hope you like this video. If there are things that I miss from my list and you believe are really essential, then comment in the comment section below, because the other people reading the comments or watching this video might be helped with it. And I hope you have a nice day, evening, noon, or whatever, and whenever you're watching this video. Much love.